This morning, defense attorneys for Brian Kohberger back in a Boise, Idaho courtroom, contesting what they say was excessive police force during his arrest and asking the judge to throw out key evidence to prosecutors.
There was simply no reason to bash the doors in momentarily after yelling from their barricades.
Kohberger's lawyers say police raided his parents' Pennsylvania home in December of 2022 unannounced, without giving Kohberger a chance to surrender himself.
It's not typical that the police simply don't knock and announce at all. They usually give the person the opportunity to surrender.
The judge explaining why such force may have been necessary.
There's two issues. There's officer safety. There's also destruction of evidence concerns.
But Kohberger's lawyers firing back.
The only thing they knew is that he's walking around from room to room and that he has some kitchen gloves on.
Well, that's not all they knew, but I won't go into the detail.
The defense arguing that investigators were intentionally misleading in obtaining search warrants and that the entire investigation has been shrouded in secrecy.
This is a situation where this identification was done in complete secret behind closed doors.
Kohberger is charged with 4 counts of murder in the deaths of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogen, and Kaylee Goncalves, who were stabbed in an off-campus home near the University of Idaho campus. A not guilty plea has been entered on his behalf. No murder weapon was ever found, so prosecutors dug into Kohberger's online history and requested details on whether he had Amazon searches pertaining to knives to try and bolster their case.
The government cannot seize the haystack to look for a needle, and there is undisputed privacy interest in cell phone data.
But prosecutors say the warrants were perfectly within accepted legal bounds.
All of these warrants were not general warrants. They were all sufficiently particular.
Investigators say they used genetic genealogy to match Kohberger's DNA to the DNA authorities say was found on the bottom snap of a knife sheath at the crime scene. A tactic Kohberger's lawyers have long argued is flawed.
At best, the defense may be successful in getting what's called some limiting instructions, meaning that the evidence will come in at the time of trial, but it will come in with some instructions by the judge to the jury. This is very typical in a case of this nature, given the serious charges that have been filed.
The judge still has to rule on the evidence. Here's the question: will any of it be suppressed? And if so, which parts? The next hearing for the case is set for April 3rd. Zoreen Shah, ABC News, Los Angeles.